Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Yes, you look like you can take a beating. Ah, a blunt force trauma specialist. I might have a job for you. You had a hand in everyone's pocket. Someone with the talent for exploiting insecurities. You had a hand in everyone's pocket. Well, you are technically assisting me.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. Skip drive.
Shit.
Inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Over here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using... You out of your mind? No way. Once we've dealt with these marauders, I'm hunting that sick freak down. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as... You know what?
Here we go.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. All doors are on security lockdown. Nice try, Marauder. Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder. Will not make you a better person. Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value. Intruders are not authorized to access. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Unauthorized access of spacefaring. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted Please return. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. The settlement of Edgewater is located nearby. I recommend speaking to the administrator of Edgewater and requesting assistance. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye. The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, because you sure... And if this ship is your... I'll waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Whoa, hey. Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, but you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my... Work's been real good to me. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my grave. Oh no. They are after them.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDev...
The grease Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my... I understand. Your business is your own. Nonetheless, outsiders are the sort of work for which I cannot spare my own people. I am in the midst of a difficulty, the resolution of which requires a third party. You. There's an old botanical lab, mostly abandoned now, but still eating up power from our plant. Power which our cannery sorely needs. I need you to go to the geothermal plant and reroute power from the botanical lab over to us. Simple as that. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We will...
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew.
You will need...
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you. And thank you again for your...
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
If you could see your way to... I can't just give you the cannery's regulator. The botanical lab's got one, though. Ripe for the picking, provided you shut off their power.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Shh. Sorry. It's just... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. That's what my dad used to say. Look out! Easy. Wish I could do that.
along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. Nope. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Can't imagine where she's gone. Pales. Could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody... She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. Vex me. If she told anybody... Little ways ago, she was always... Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No tell... Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. What is it?
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. I have been...
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt?
Why, thank you. Are you... Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Like everything else that comes up. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plan? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. I trust you will listen to your conscience. Payday.
one! Not a peep from me. Here we go! That's the last of them. I always wanted to poke around in here.
Oh, thank you.
Incoming!
Unexpected beginnings.
Great work. Here we go! Everyone all right?
Not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. Get away! No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram! You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your... Of course. Do excuse me. I experienced brief flashes of mania during... Chester D. Higgins. The D... Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repair... Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered... Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior Oh! The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular depth. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, mechanicals lost their bolts. I was on cleaning duty at the time.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Well, if you receive
Here they come! Nice hit! Everyone all right? Three switches. That'll be easy enough. Just two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Processing, performing.
Don't mess with us! That's the last. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your... Do you understand what... I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. Edgewater's hurting. But the town's got... Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he... And Mr. Top... I hate to... Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. It's... But... Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on. Really?
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. This is all I want to... You want my flock waste? Go talk to Grace and Tom, and you tell... You offering to crop? Kill Reed if you... Tell Reed. Tell him how I've made... The secret is human corpse. I have got a means to... My son worked. We had a store of medicine locked away, so I bet...
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Par...
Are you...
Great!
Oh gosh.
I seen you Sorry. Fact is, I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft. You ever heard of
Those are good.
I know the old commute. Would you? I've been thinking about going back. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. What's on your mind? Luck, mostly. Well, couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them. We all left the...
You...
Marauders can't see us in the... The matters... I'm still...
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I am a Spacer's choice man. My father was a Spacer's choice man. Edgewater may not look like much, just... I don't believe you. Play... You are disparaging our parent... We are a Spacer's... I don't understand. The soil's gone sour. Come... You'll excuse me for being skeptical? How exactly is Adelaide growing crop? If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, my life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she... I have always tried to do right by my... A couple months ago, I might have put... No such thing as an honorable... I don't know.
some sort of freelancer? Got my sights on you.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the winter. That was quick.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand. You telling me you did all this just to put... I might turn that old cannery into a garden. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. I'm the only decent... I've worked on the occasional... I want to ask you, and if you ever need a... Yes! I mean, Captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is... What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Our engine... What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. Welcome back, Captain. All systems... We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable... How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in the... What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. The Hope has some of the brightest minds... You need to get to Stellar Bay on Mana. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little... Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkable. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. It has limits. First-generation technology use. Very excellent. And the board...
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Welcome back, Captain. How... Certainly, Captain. Why was the chemist sad? Because all her beakers are gone. Now playing a Spacer's Choice advert... It's not the best choice! Everyone in Halcyon... As you wish, Captain. I have lost... I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an... As you may be in our travels together, Alex. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes. How can I be? What part of the colony would you like to... We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have... I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It is... Freighters often deliver... Many of I have filed the required... Of course. What part of the colony? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emer... The town is near the coordinate... You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came... I'm sure they are one... Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were... Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town... Thank you for nothing, I cannot say. First, How can I be? We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named... I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet... I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. Thanks, Captain. Did you want to talk about... What? Oh, that's a relief. Captain. Hey, Captain.
That's not the point. This hack would just knocked out one of my work.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a bazant. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that. I shouldn't be mentioning it. If I had to take a guess as to... You take the starch out of him, well... Oh, and if you're hit... Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's... A handful of SAM cleaning units retro... Much appreciated. Is there anything else? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the Make sure you bring an empty... Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder. I got a preference for the lost... You need anything else? Maybe. 2 biggest... Most of those... Commandant Sanita might have a couple of... Chief Junlei.
No kidding?
Happy to help.
You're real good at...
Well, thank you, miss. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside. Goes like this. A bunch of companies... Groundbreaker was one of the original once everybody... I guess that was... Yep. Groundbreakers seems like... sitting around drinking whiskey and... Glad to help. Relative to... They aren't rich, but they aren't like... They strip the parts from derelict... Sublight gives me the... They're on the... All right. He's friendly enough, and not that he would be... Really likes his cereals, too.
Don't see what's so wrong.
Uda? You noticed. What can I say? All their interest... Folks around... You sure? There's no groundbreaker... It's a delicate... They got us. We push...
The board wouldn't do that.
It's a tough... Sure thing. Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastard.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He has... Oh no, this is... Oh, Alex. He was my dearest friend. You have it. Ah, that's just like him. Tell me. No! How dreadful. Right, you're going... There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry. Alex... You haven't read the posters? Well, Alex knew, or... What? Indeed. An apprehension of... Just a teensy one, the teensy. The thing... I might have...
To give away something...
I'll thank... It's all... So... Though, it might surprise you. I'm very... Now... That's the long and short of it, yeah. I'll be waiting eagerly for your return. Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's in... I have few complaints.
Oh, good law. No, emphatically. Best to be clear, I believe...
Chief... Oh. Precisely.
When the alternative...
A luxury stateroom.
Oh, good law, of course. As it... Ask away.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Is it Mr. Wells, the fellow who woke you? How bad could he be?
I know she's in there.
Bless my heart. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned... Lucky for us, now. Well, I find I'm in need of a... Do you know Edna? Over and in... She sent... Curious... You've got... If you should... The more we got the corpse fighting each other, the less time they got. Don't forget. Might want to acquaint yourself with... You'll find her... Yes. Take that darling ship... Shouldn't be... Want a charming copper kettle... If you're here for this... What do you... That's right. The boy... But... Go right ahead. Groundbreakers rate, Miss... The board can't... But... Oh, a little of this.
I'm not sure that...
That's half the reason. But that's... Ask the common folk, and they'll... Because that... Those board folk are... But... That... Probably... Any times... It's almost... Depends. See the lights? All right. Anything else? Yes. You could always try. Pick your poison. Landing pad on, but it's also kilometers away from might be... Suit. Anytime, sweetheart.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your...
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of... Report any sightings.
Are those XF-411s? And an old...
Junlei Tennyson. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats, just so we understand each other. Good. Don't go making trouble. So what bring... Interesting. We see a lot of the same faces.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual...
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess.
I'd be happy to make the time.
Right. In part. Wow.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. Only the board has access to... None. Every time, the board is... Reasonable, huh? According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be... Hold on. The back bay... Good. Once you've obtained the part...
CNP pancake mix now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
This is Halcyon.
Gracious. Yeah. Suit yourself. And
Rizzo's knock you out bar. A CTN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, I know. Gotta Yes, I absolutely. Just give me a You're serious, you're giving me a shot. All right. I put together a little speech. Hey there. Firstly, that motto is Wow. Thanks, Bob.
You got a crew.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Ah, the old rest and go. With all the luxury and comfort of a shipping.
Great Lord! I found it. It's almost time. Yes. Suit yourself. Anytime, sweetheart.
Hot enough for you?
This is Halcyon News.
Gonna hand him
We
here.
interrupt your regularly
Need directions?
scheduled advertisement
Try an
for
engineer.
the following story.
Groundbreaker's a bit of a maze.
Tossball Finals.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
So far as you know, I'm not drinking on duty. You couldn't pay me to visit Monarch. I'd probably get my face taken off.
If this is about the leak on level 14, I already know.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for info.
That's how it is, huh? You just sell somebody out to the board with a...
Hello again. You know... Oh, yes, of course. I apologize if I seem over... How else? How do you do?